guys, it's time for your daily dose of coffee. So grab your favorite cup and get ready to learn a few art tips while you sip. In today's session, we are going to be talking about artist cards. Now, this is something that I really enjoy implementing into my studio because it gives my artists a way to learn about some art history. They get to do a little bit of reading, and they also get to do a little bit of writing. But I make it very painless because we all know how our students feel sometimes about writing. So I start off by letting them know when exactly they have the opportunity to use these artist cards. I have something in my room called a what do I do when I'm finished anchor chart. And so my artists are able to go over to that anchor chart and look at some of the different topics that they can choose from. Artist cards is one of those topics. But before I put it on the anchor chart, I had to introduce it to my class whole group. Because you know, if you just introduce something to them and you don't explain it, it's complete chaos. And I didn't want to have chaos. So I introduced it whole group. What I did was I had artists grab an artist card, and then they came to the carpet with their drawing board and a pencil and their sketchbook, and I walked them through the process. So this is what the artist cards actually look like. I keep them in a Ziploc bag inside of my studio, and this is actually stapled up onto a bulletin board. There's also this anchor chart that's also stapled onto the bulletin board that has the different questions that they can respond to for these cards. So let me give you just an example. This is one for Paul Klee. He's one of the artists that we're studying. Then on the back, you'll see there's actually a label, and it's just one of those Avery labels, and I typed it up. There's questions that they can respond to. So literally all they do is take the front, they read it, they think about what they wrote, and they respond. And there's actually questions, or number 4 gives them the opportunity to try to recreate one of the famous pieces of artworks that they've seen inside of their sketchbook. I have them complete this in their sketchbook because 1, I don't want them having to get up and find more paper, and 2, it's always nice for them to have a reference for what they created. So this artist, here's one of the examples. He answered 2 of the questions in his sketchbook, and all they do is put the date, and then they number the questions that they wrote, and that's it. This gives them the opportunity to practice those reading and writing skills, but it also gives them the opportunity to learn a little bit more art history about those artists that we're studying in the studio, and they're doing it independently. Now, a way that you can kind of differentiate this for your artist, you may have some artists who are not very strong readers. So what you could do is you could get colored dots and you could color code the different passages. You could have maybe green be your lower level, maybe you have yellow be your medium level, and then maybe red is your higher level. You can kind of choose what colors you want to use. You could also have your artist, if there's another buddy or another artist that's finished with their artwork, maybe they can do some buddy reading. So that'll help them for those artists who are a little lower on the reading level or they struggle with reading. Now, as far as kind of where you can keep these, like I said before, I have my anchor chart, and I also have these artist cards stapled to a bulletin board. I have the wall space. Now, if you don't have the wall space, something you could do is maybe have caddies at your table or maybe bins at your table. And you can just, you know, put a couple of these artist cards inside of that bin. Maybe it's artists that you're currently studying. Maybe it's artists that you studied last year, maybe last semester. Or you could throw in an artist that you're getting ready to study to kind of preload some of that information about the artist. That way when they see them and they actually are creating a project inspired by them, they have some background knowledge. Now, I do this currently with my 3rd and 4th graders, but I would say you're going to want to look at the needs of your artist and the abilities of your artist. And I don't do it with every 3rd and 4th grade class. Whenever I'm using something that's a little bit different, I kind of pilot it with a certain amount of kids, because if I try to do every single 3rd and 4th grade class, then it becomes overwhelming for me. So I roll it out with a few classes at a time, And then the rest of the classes, I kind of add those in the next semester. But my artists who have actually tried this love it. It gives them something to do when they're finished with their project. Instead of running up to you saying, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done, they can actually learn a little bit more art history and read and write. So I hope you guys enjoyed your daily dose of coffee and are ready to try out today's session in your studio. Make sure you check back next month for more art tips while you sip. Have a great day.